Morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me for Sunday school. I'm eating an apple. It's very good. It's a Honeycrisp apple. Today, I'm going to tell you about a man named Johnny Appleseed. You probably guessed it. Johnny Appleseed wasn't his real name. His real name was John Chapman, and he was born in 1774 in the state of Massachusetts. When he was a young man, John became a nurseryman. Do you know what a nurseryman is? No, it's not that kind of nursery. A nurseryman is someone who works with trees and plants and shrubs. John Chapman especially loved apple trees, and he planted them all around the town where he lived. But that wasn't enough for him. He wanted people everywhere to enjoy apples as much as he did. So he traveled all over the country, planting apple trees and giving away apple seeds. John Chapman was a simple man. He traveled on foot, usually without any shoes. He often wore a shirt which he made from a seed sack with holes in it that he cut for his head and for his arms. He had a beard, and he wore a tin cooking pot as a hat. In fact, he would often take off the tin pot and use it to cook his supper. What would you think if you saw someone walking down Brand Boulevard barefoot with a big bushy beard, wearing a seed sack for a shirt and a saucepan on their head? Yeah, you'd probably give them a little distance. But John Chapman was a kind and gentle person, and he was liked by everyone he met. He became well known, and people called him Johnny Appleseed. His life wasn't easy, but he loved what he was doing. He never got married, never had any kids, but he had more friends than he could count. You might be wondering, what does Johnny Appleseed have to do with our gospel lesson for today? Well, the story of Johnny Appleseed is a little like the parable that Jesus told in the Gospel of Mark. Jesus said, "The kingdom of God is as if someone would scatter seed on the ground and would sleep and rise night and day, and the seed would sprout and grow. He does not know how." I'm going to cut into my apple and show you something. My apple has 5 little seeds. Can you see those? Look how small they are. They don't really look like much of anything. Now imagine if I planted these seeds and each grew into an apple tree. How many apples do you think each tree might produce? 50? 100? 200? Did you know an apple tree can produce from 150 to 300 apples each year? And that an apple tree will produce apples for about 50 years. That's a lot of apples. We have enough apples to feed the entire world. Just as Johnny Appleseed was passionate about planting apple seeds, you and I can be passionate about planting the seeds of God's love wherever we go. If we take God's love to people like Johnny Appleseed took apple seeds, it will take root in their lives and begin to grow. We may not understand it, but it's the way that the kingdom of God grows, by people like you and me planting the seeds. So just as John Chapman planted apple seeds everywhere he went, let us plant seeds of love and compassion wherever we go.